Get funky.
All right, welcome to the Fizz. We're all up in it. I'm your boy Daniels D Money up here in Simi Valley.
And I'm Aaron down in San Diego.
All right, so my man, there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
I don't even know where to start.
It's a lot, and I don't know where to start either. And I feel like there really is too much to try to cover in one little segment. So I mean, we've got enough. We're gonna be on this for a little while. So we're gonna, over the next few episodes, we're gonna be looking at all this. So we're gonna get to the writers. We're gonna get to them. But tonight we're gonna start with Amy Cooper, the woman in Central Park.
Oh.
This woman, let me just jump out real quick and say this. This woman epitomized what it is in this country when we talk about Blacks are treated unfairly. She, in just one sentence, demonstrated all of that unfairness. Not only did she demonstrate that there is unfairness, she demonstrated that she knew that there's unfairness, and she demonstrated that she knew how to use it. This woman said to this guy, I'm going to call the police and I'm going to tell them, right, that I'm being threatened by an African-American man, or however she put it. And that one sentence demonstrated clearly, okay, you recognize that there's some disparity in this country in how whites and Blacks are treated, especially when it comes to the police. Again, not that police are bad, but she knew. I mean, if you watch the video, she even says it. I'm going to call the police and tell them I'm being, threatened by a Black man or an African-American man. The way she said it, it was like, what do you think about that? What do you think about that?
She absolutely knew what she was doing. I think what got me in that whole video is it came out quick and it came out naturally. Now, I'm not saying she's at her local Klan meeting, every Wednesday. I don't know what day they meet on, but I'm just saying that came out quick.
It did. It did.
It was weird how, remember, this altercation started her dog not being on a leash.
Right. And apparently Christian Cooper, who's out there bird watching in a section of the Ramble in Central Park where you need to have your dog on a leash. And she tells, he tells her, I don't know, and don't get me wrong, I have no idea what tone he used when he said, put your dog on a leash. He could have said, hey, what's wrong with you? Put your dog on a leash. I don't know how he said it, but he told her to put the dog on a leash. Or I don't know if he told her or asked her. I don't know. But whatever his tone was, she didn't want to be told what to do. So she got upset. And one reason, and I know she apologized, and I don't know, she said, words are just words, or whatever the case may be. She tried to issue some type of apology. I'm not buying that apology yet, because if you want to know someone's true character, you watch them when they're upset. You watch how they behave when they're upset. And she was upset. The dude was telling her, hey, put your dog on a leash. And she was going to put him in his place. You don't tell me what to do. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me show you. Let me show you what's going down. You trying to talk to me? Let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to call the police. And he was like, yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Please call the police.
She was willing to, in that moment, very quickly, willing to alter the course of someone's life. Whether that means just, at the least him getting thrown in jail or put in cuffs for no reason, or, potentially, being attacked in a situation where he literally did not do anything.
Right. And if the police showed up, let's say the police show up and there's no video camera and they shoot him, what's to stop her from just riding the line? Yeah. Because now she's facing, oh my God, they shot and killed him. Well, man, what was going on? What's to stop her from carrying on the lie? I mean,
she's going to carry it on.
It's Emmett Till all over again. That woman carried that lie for, you know what I'm saying?
Till her deathbed. Till her death.
She didn't. Well, she did confess in '08. Carolyn, whatever her name was.
This
I
woman
can't think of her last name now.
She was ready to do that in an instant and go on living. Tomorrow's Wednesday, whatever day it was, you know, going to work, going on a jog, walking
Same day is the George Floyd thing.
You know, the same exact day.
Right.
And so her saying that lets you know that she's aware of what's going on in America. Not just George Floyd, but she may not even know about the George Floyd thing because it was the same day.
Right.
She took all past history, everything she's seen on TV, in the news, you know, Ferguson, well, United States, let's just call it that. And she used it in that moment, no hesitation, willing to, you know, it's speculation, end the guy's life.
Or any guy's life. You know, the police rushed into Central Park.
My thing is.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, but yeah, it could have been any guy because, you know, he could have left and it could have just been me standing there. You know, I fit the description. I'm black and male. and the police wouldn't be really wrong in that situation for looking at me, but why am I getting beat up because this woman's, you know, her Starbucks drink wasn't right or whatever. Karen.
Right. And fitting the description is what got, you know, Amadou Adalo killed way back in the day when he fit the description of some rapist, and police shot this dude like 19 times. In New York, by the way.
There you go. So, and this instance it bothers me because it could have been a woman of any race pulling that card.
It could have been. Yeah, we talk about, I don't know, I was initially going to come out and be like, she weaponized her white privilege, right? And she did. But if she was a Hispanic woman and she made the same call, it still would have been just as effective.
Same response.
Same response. So I guess one question is, how did Amy Cooper know what to say to the 911 operator? Because like you said, it came right out of her mouth, right? It
came right out.
Upset. It came out of her mouth. But how did she know? Do you think she, you know, rehearsed that? Or was it just like, this is my response? You're black. Ooh, I know what's going to get you.
Yes, I think it's more of that. We live in a world today where everybody's privileged, not privileged, everybody's in their own bubble. Arrogant. The arrogance of being American.
Yes.
You know, you told me to put my dog on my leash. Oh, I'm going to show you. I got something for you. Watch me scream.
Yes, and when the police actually got on the line, she not only said that she was being threatened by an African-American man, she went into a whole performance. Like she screamed and yelled as if he was physically assaulting her at that very moment, like she was being attacked.
I almost gave a woman an Emmy right there on the YouTube. Straight up. Like
an Academy Award goes to Amy Cooper
in Central Park.
Right.
But it's I think there's a lot of people in America that know how to work the system. I give people the benefit of the doubt. That could Christian, what's the guy's name? Christian
Cooper. His last name is
the birdwatcher guy.
Christian Cooper. No relation.
That's extra creepy. He could have been white, and she could have used that to get the response for the cops to come and get him. You know what I mean? It's the fact that you can use that and weaponize it is scary.
It is scary. And if you can weaponize it, then you can't ignore the fact that there is unfairness. Because I mean, I've had conversations before where, you know, where the whole Black Lives Matter movement was happening. And I've had people who are not black say to me, well, that's unfair. All lives matter. Well, of course they do. Right? I'm not saying they don't, but it's almost like they're saying, well, you guys shouldn't be saying Black Lives Matter because all lives matter. So what are you talking about? What unfairness is there? This demonstrates that clearly that we reckon that there is an unfairness, right? And that's really go ahead.
Oh, I think there's just with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. I think there's just a grammar. What's the word I'm looking for? There's a word missing in the movement. You can either use the word also or to. You know, Black Lives
Right.
Matter sort of, it can imply, if you don't explain it to somebody, that your life doesn't matter, my life matters. No, 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 no. It's Black Lives Matter also.
I get that. In
And
fact, yeah. In
and,
fact,
and
when
all lives can't matter. All lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter also.
right. Yeah. And sometimes it's just the omission or the addition of a word that can change things. Because when
Changes the whole thing.
when Mr. What's his name that's in the White House? Mr. Orangeman was running for my man. When he was running for president, his slogan was, make America great again. I would have been happy. It's the again that messed me up. I would have been happy if he had just said, make America great. I was like, yeah, I'm with that. But make America great again, I'm still figuring out where it was great before. But that's a whole nother video. I don't want to get into that. Let me get back to Amy Cooper. There's another point I want to make with the Amy Cooper thing. People called in and complained about the way she was treating the dog who couldn't breathe, right? And you could hear the dog gasping for air. The dog couldn't breathe. Probably around the same time George Floyd couldn't breathe. But people called in. Yes, I reckon. And I have another point to make. But people called in about the dog, right? People were more concerned about the dog than what Amy Cooper was saying. And then after it hit, people were like, oh, okay, maybe the dog is secondary. But people called in about the dog. And then within 24 hours, the dog was rescued. They came and took the dog away from her. Dog couldn't breathe. Nope. Dog gets rescued. George Floyd is dead. We need to prioritize people.
There are people in this country that put animals above people. Best friend.
I want to say I get it, but I can't. I have 3 dogs. I love my dogs. I do. But if there's a choice between, saving Jake or saving my daughter, sorry, Jake.
Sorry, Jake.
Sorry, Jake. I mean, you're a fun dog and all.
And some people, that rubs certain people the wrong way. That statement is powerful to some people. We all love our pets, but it's...
And I love my pets, but I just want people to understand, to see that for what it is. People actually called in and complained because she was mistreating the dog. The dog chilling today. George Floyd is dead. You see what I'm saying? We have to wait till George Floyd is dead for us to be caring. But people were willing, and don't get me wrong, there were people in the George Floyd video in the background telling the officer, hey, get off of him. Can't you hear him saying? There were, not the police that should have been doing it because that's their job, but there were bystanders who were saying it. So people were saying it. People were saying, help George Floyd, the same way people called in about the dog. But the dog got justice. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far off on this.
A lot quicker, too.
Yeah. Wow.
What happened?
I don't know. It's.
How do we change Amy Cooper's way of thinking? Because she's gonna run into some, issue in the future. Or nobody's life is issue proof. Is she going to react this way again in her next encounter?
I don't know. It really depends on how ingrained her prejudice is.
It came out quick. It came out.
You know what I mean? Because I made the point in one of our other videos about police. People. I hate to keep saying police. I don't want people to think I hate the police. I would think I said in the last video that the white cop who held down George Floyd should have had enough common sense to check himself because of the atmosphere. She maybe in her next situation, hopefully, if something comes up, because it probably will, she's going to get confronted by this. She lives in New York. All right. I lived in New York for 6 years. Black people are everywhere. She's going to run into somebody. You feel me?
This is true.
Black,
But,
Latino, Hispanic.
Something's going to happen.
All over. Right? So hopefully she'll have, she'll have the presence of mind to check herself. I don't know. I guess one of the real reasons why I wanted to bring, one of the real reasons why I wanted to bring this topic up, because I wanted people who keep saying, or people who don't experience racism, however that happens to people. And I'm usually talking about non-Black people, but people have said to me, racism doesn't bother me. There's no racism. It's not real. You guys are tripping. You stop playing the race card. What she did demonstrates clearly that there is some disparity, that there is unfairness. It clearly demonstrates it. Now we just have to figure out, like you said, how do we change her mind? Where do we go from here?
She played the race card.
She did.
She played the race.
She did.
So,
because now, I mean, and everyone's been saying on all the other videos that we've seen, everyone's thrown those two words. She used her white privilege, but it would have worked if a Hispanic woman had said that to him. It would have worked if an Asian woman had said it to him, right? It would have worked, right? I'm not disputing the fact that white privilege exists. In fact, I'd be even willing to bet that the majority of people who are walking around may not even realize they have white privilege until someone points it out to them. How do you tell a white person that, oh, no one's following you around Macy's because you're white? How do they know that until someone points it out to them? And it's usually someone of a different color saying, well, the reason why I didn't follow you around because you're white privilege. I don't know if white people are actually walking around utilizing their white privilege on a daily basis. I don't know. I can't tell you that. Full disclosure, I'm married to a white woman. So in case, you guys are like, well, how do you know? You don't know anybody white. Yeah, I do. I'm just saying. Let's put that full disclosure out there because I don't want anyone saying, well, how do you know? I know.
It is what it is at this point. You watch and, I don't condone the rioting in the street, but
we're going to talk about that.
I know, but I need Amy Coopers of the world to open their eyes to the bigger picture. And it doesn't need, you don't have to go through an experience like what she, caused, I guess I could say, to understand like the weight of what that situation could have been.
Right. Because Kristen Cooper could be dead today simply because he asked her to put her dog on a leash. Something she should have been doing on her own. Hey, can you put your dog on? And again, I don't know what tone he used, whichever set her. I don't know what set her off. However, if she had just put her dog on a leash. Anyway, again, we're in America, 3Ks. We're sitting here, we're trying to ask the questions, and we want to ask the questions that, try to give people a different perspective on things. We don't want to get on here saying everything that everyone else is saying, but some things we can't ignore. So I felt very strongly about making sure that people who don't realize that there's racism, because you may not have ever experienced it, that this is demonstrative of that obstacle that we need as Black people, we need to overcome. And I'll leave with this. Speaking of the fact that we as Black people need to overcome, that's on us. It is our responsibility to overcome. We can't keep blaming the white man for the fact that we haven't overcome yet. But that's another video, which you're gonna get. All right. If you like, please hit the like button. Please put some comments down there. And I have to say, I do appreciate it. I want to thank people for the comments I have been getting. I post some of these videos on my Facebook page, and people have been commenting on Facebook. I do appreciate the comments. Please comment down here on YouTube. That'd be great. Hit the like button. Please
Absolutely.
subscribe. And we'll see where it goes.
Keep the conversation going.
Absolutely, because that's all we can do. That's the only way we're going to make any of this better, is if we keep the conversation going. Non-violent conversations. And we will get back to that point in an upcoming video. All right. I'm Daniels D Money signing off and seeing you that.
Hey, Ron, catch you in the next one. San Diego.
And we're out.